Hi, Jenna.
Hi, Tara.
How are you? How's it going?
Good, pretty good. Yeah,
How are you feeling? Tell me about it.
really good. I'm really enjoying the second trimester. I finally have energy. So glad the nausea's behind us, and yeah, feeling like I can move, and I've got this cute little belly going
Yes,
on.
you do.
Yes, I do. So yeah, things are going pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And how about you and Jesus?
Jason, yeah, he's good too. He's been really enjoying our birth classes that we've been going to.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we started, like you said, to do a, education thing or whatever, and so we're going to this class, and it meets like once every 2 weeks or whatever, and um, they just talk about, yeah, what to expect, and yeah, Jason's been learning a lot, and I've been too, and yeah, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions from there?
Well, I mean, there's always the people who tell like horror stories or whatever, and I mean, the lady, the teacher, is very like, oh, birth is the way to go. And I mean, I guess that's good. I mean, I'm with you, and so I don't know, but she was talking too about like, some of the interventions that people do, and um, it was kind of some of the stuff that she was talking about just kind of, I don't know, felt pretty like scary stuff, right? That can happen, and I don't know. And that's been kind of rolling around in my head for a while.
What kind of scary stuff is she talking about?
Like, I don't know. It's the one where you bleed. And she was saying that, like, it can happen really fast, like, in a matter of minutes, and, like, it's done. And if you're at home, like, oh my gosh, like, I mean, the sheets would be a total mess. But, I mean, that's bad, right? I mean, what do you do? Like, how do you tell somebody, like, stop bleeding? You can't do that, right? I mean, that was one of the scary things that she was telling me about. And I don't know. I guess it just, what makes me nervous and the idea of bleeding a lot. I don't know. I don't know. It seems scary. That could happen so bad. And then she was talking to you about, like, how, like, the baby could have breathing problems. I mean, like, they painted it very positively, I guess, in this class, but at the same time, it was kind of like, oh, there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. And I don't know. It just seems like overwhelming, that day when we talked about intervention. Because then, of course, they were talking about, like, what they do in hospitals. I don't know.
Well, what did that make you think about when you hear?
Well, of course, I think about my birth,
Right?
and what if something goes wrong?
Sure.
I mean, my husband kind of wanted me to do this thing at home because his mom did, and they're all really supportive and stuff. But I don't know if that's really like, I don't know. That scares me. Like the stuff that can go wrong. Like what if it's me that is bleeding, or oh my gosh, my friend was telling me about. I have a friend who she's pregnant and decided to do home birth, and her baby, like everything was fine, I guess, normal, and then like right at the end, like stopped. And I mean, I don't know exactly what she didn't give me like the gory details, but like can babies get stuff? Well, he did, he got stuff, and now like her child has like serious like neurological developmental issues. And I mean, they went to the hospital, of course, and I think they had to give her a C-section to like get the baby out. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure she had a C-section to get him out. But like, all I can think about is like, if I were like, what if that happens to me? Like, of course, everybody thinks their pregnancy is gonna end normally and like happily ever after, but like, crazy shit can happen.
I know. So you had, and this all happened at one birth class. So you
Well,
took
okay, right.
all
No.
of these things.
Well, she was talking about. Right. She's talking about like the interventions, that like in hospitals they do blah, 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 in case such and such and such. And she kind of just sort of touched on them and, was talking more about like, things like vacuum extraction and, stuff like that, just so that we understand what goes on there. But kind of the things that sort of stuck in my head were the scary stuff. The scary things.
Yeah. So you learned about postpartum hemorrhage.
Is that what that's called?
That's what it's called. The bleeding.
Okay. The
And
bleeding.
you're right. It happens. It happens in the hospital. It happens at home. It can happen at a birth center. And there's a lot of information I can give you about postpartum hemorrhage.
Yeah.
You learn about shoulder dystocia.
What is that?
Gets stuck.
Oh, okay.
And there's and I can show you what that looks like and everything. But really, it sounds like you've heard a lot of these scary things, but you've never processed it before. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
And so, what we can do is I can help you with some of those fears and like we can talk about those things. But I also kind of want to know what is your vision of it? Like, were you choosing to do a home birth or birth center? Did you go to a hospital? Did you feel like you even had a choice in this, or were you just kind of listening to what your husband and his mom wants you to do? Tell me about that.
That's a good question. I mean, I really like the idea of a midwife. I kind of always have, and kind of always wanted that this time to like sit and talk, and that really attracted me to midwifery care. And my mother-in-law has just spoken like volumes and stories of like her beautiful home birth and how everything was perfect and blah blah blah. And my husband was just like so, best thing and feeding and he's kind of like gung ho about it and which is great I guess. But I mean I guess I never really took the time to think about it. Like my mom had us in hospitals, but their stories and stuff just sounded like great, and I didn't have a strong opinion, and so I was like, whatever. And another friend of mine gave me your name, and so I came here, and so far it seems like really good care.
Yeah. What do you think about like now that it's just you and me, like nobody else is here?
Pressure's on.
What is your ideal? Like, what would you love to have in a perfect birth?
In a perfect birth, I would love it to be quiet. I guess I've always pictured like darkness. Like secluded dark or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe some candles. I have really liked the idea of like laboring in water. That sounds really soothing to me. So I really like that. I want my husband there. But in terms of setting, I guess I don't really have a strong preference. I know that I can get those things with your care, but can I also get them in a hospital? Sure. I don't know. I feel like there's no good option. A baby has to come out of my vagina.
No matter what.
No matter where I am.
No matter where.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I want calmness. And I feel like this is calm, and this is what I like. And I haven't been to a hospital or to an OB, but I guess what I think of when I think of hospitals is a little bit more chaotic and beeps and in and out and like being bothered. So I guess in that sense, this seems to fit with me, like philosophically. But then I start thinking about the bleeding.
Scary stuff.
The bleeding.
Yeah.
I think she said something like, and then I googled it. Oh my gosh.
I know, it's really scary.
Is that
you should be cautious Googling when you're
I know, but I couldn't help it. Like, I just was desperate to, like, because she only touched on it right in class, so I went home and
yeah.
And, it's like, what, a couple of minutes? And, like, what did you do? Anyway, I don't know. So then I just started thinking about that, and that's sort of been going on my brain for the last couple of weeks. What if?
And that's our job. Like, as the midwife, our job is to take care of the what if, and we handle postpartum hemorrhages all the time.
You mean they're frequent?
Could be, but so that's my job, is to make sure that you have a safe birth, and then your job is to have the birth you want. And so together we can figure out a way to have the calm, peaceful ambiance that you want and that your desire is. Like you desire to have a beautiful experience.
And I'm worried that I'm okay with this. But I guess I'm also worried that if I don't do it, my husband will be disappointed. Because I know that he's really he wants what's best for me, and he wants me to have this great experience, and he knows this particular way of doing it because what his mom has told him. Did I mention she's a former midwife? Anyway, yeah.
So that's even more pressure.
Yeah, right. I don't know. So but at the same time, I don't know. What if it doesn't go as planned, and even if we start at home and but something goes wrong and I have to transfer, I mean, I want to. If my baby needs it, we're going. But I'm almost afraid that it's going to disappoint him. Weird as that sounds.
It doesn't sound weird at all.
But I don't know. One of the things that I think about too, he's got this hope set on this perfect thing. And what if I can't do that for him?
I mean, it's a very valid concern. Yeah. Have you guys been able to talk about that together?
Not really. I mean, we've kind of chatted superficially, I guess, about it and joking, but I'm not sure he's really taking the time to figure out what I want to do. I'm not sure I have either.
Sure. I think this is a good time to do that.
Yeah, I guess I should, right? I mean,
but at least you're at a place where you are aware of it, and you're aware of your feelings, that you know what he wants, you know the expectations that he has, but then you still have to define yours too. And we're coming to that place. You're getting there. You're doing a great job of looking at all your options and trying to figure that out. Is there a chance that we could get together with him and we could talk about this with him? Would you like me to be there with this during this conversation?
I don't feel like it's totally necessary. I mean, if I totally miss the mark again and we just kind of do levity, miscommunicating, maybe, but I don't know. He's pretty. If I sit him down, he'll listen to me. He really respects me, what I think, and I appreciate that about him. But yeah, I think I just haven't taken the time myself to think about the reality of labor is coming.
I think you are doing it.
I know, now I am, but I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball. All my friends have their birth plans, and I'm just I don't know, whatever, it's fine. And
you're working there.
You're hitting on it, yeah, but I don't know. Just some of the scary things still in my mind of corn.
Right. So what do you do when you have this much information? How do you process through this?
How do I process it? Sometimes I just try to turn it off.
Okay.
But I do like getting more information, and maybe Googling it isn't the best option. Maybe I should be asking a few more questions here. I don't know, information helps me.
Okay.
Knowing likelihood of things, or I don't know if we can sit down sometime and just talk about how do you know if something's going to go wrong? Is there any way to tell? Sure. What are the risks for hemorrhaging? That's what it's called, right? I don't know. That kind of stuff helps me, I think.
So you're information gatherer.
I'm a gatherer.
Okay.
I'm a gatherer, and reading a whole bunch of different sources, and so Yeah, that's what I like.
And we also have practice guidelines. If
Oh.
something comes up, we assess the risk throughout the whole pregnancy, throughout the birth, throughout labor and birth. And then we have a protocol that we follow for every single thing that happens.
Okay.
Yes, and I can even show you
Oh.
our notebook if you're into information. So yeah. Okay.
Do you want to observe your observing here?
Oh, I observed that Tara is a natural at being a counselor, and I counted about 5 times that she reflected back what she heard from the client, and she did a great job in what she asked me to look for.